So now let's talk about vertical line test for testing a function, a relation on the subject, whether or not it is a function. So I'm gonna start with this example that we already did earlier. Well, we only looked at a set of paired values, and we said that this was a function. Okay, let's go ahead and plot this function. We have points 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 6 and 5. Oh, it's not a line as I was suspecting. And then we have also 8 and 5. 8 and 5. Okay. Nothing indicates that it's actually these points are connected or there is anything in between those points. We're just given these points, period. Um, we're not thinking that we're looking at a line or anything like that, just ordered pairs of values, points. Now, earlier in I think 2 videos ago, we said that if we add this 1 point, that will turn this function into not a function. So far we have a function. And we said that if we add a 0.32, it suddenly becomes not a function because the 3, the member of the domain, will be repeated now. So now I want you to watch as I plot this point and tell me what would give away from the graph that it's not a function. Like if you didn't see these points listed, just saw the graph, how would you tell that it's not a function? So, okay, so the point is that I'm adding is 3, 2. So right here. Okay. Now, here it is. It's a graph, no points. How can you tell that it's not a function? I'll give you a second. Well, and hopefully you set here that there is one x value 3, and there are 2 corresponding y values. So if you look up from 3, you're going to hit 2 points, and they are going to be on the same vertical line. And this is what's called a vertical line test. So if you can draw any vertical line and anywhere, and it will hit your 2 of your points, it is not a function. Okay, so here's a vertical line test. Officially says if any vertical line intersects a graph in more than 1 point, the graph does not define a y as a function of x. In other words, it's not a function. So let's practice this idea. And it doesn't have to be a set of points. It can be, a line. So I want you to look at these graphs and tell me which one is a function and which one is not. And we're going to have graph A, B, C, and D. So which ones are of these are functions and which ones are not? I give you a minute. Not a minute. Minute is too long. All right. So I hope that you already answered, and the answer is functions are A and C, not functions. B and D All right. Yes, your circle is not a function. And how do you know that? Well, if we try to draw vertical lines. So for A, we could draw multiple vertical lines. We could keep drawing them as much as we want to, but each vertical line will hit the graph only once. Only once. Each vertical line only once, no more than once. And that's our definition for a vertical line test. Now for a circle, some lines will hit your circle only once. Like, for example, here, it will touch your graph only once. And if we draw a line even further to the left, it doesn't hit it at all. And uh, on the right side, same thing. But if we draw the vertical lines here, there are no values, but so there each line will hit it twice, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So if there is a line exists that hits your graph more than once, then it's not a function. And I'm talking about vertical lines, not any other type of lines. It has to be vertical. Okay, so same deal for this graph. Here it will hit it once, there it will not hit it at all, but there a vertical line exists that will pass through this graph twice. And if such a line exists, then it's not a function. Okay, now for this one, obviously, no vertical line will hit it twice, even though it kind of like seems like it might happen here, but it's actually, I believe it is a function. It doesn't, it's going slightly, it's going up and to the right. It doesn't go straight up, this function. All right, I hope this helps with the vertical line test.